ABY versus Meek. Meek recently popped off. He won the Friday local, I believe. He beats. I have to check, but I think he beat Rat and then Zurzel and a couple other people. And then ABY, of course, no slouch either. ABY has been cooking it up with the Zelda mostly. He also has a Pyramithra. I don't think we'll see them because I think Zelda and Link is not that bad. There's some worse matchups out there, so I don't know. Probably be good. No. All right, we're good. I'm guessing we're going to go into PS2 here probably. It's going to be another boring start, but it's okay. That's like every set now because the stage list is still hazards off for some reason, or hazards on. Wait. Is it hazards on or hazards off? Oh, it's hazards off. Yeah, but we still only see PS2. Change the stage list, Van Jones, please. We get a what? Why do we change it? But there's no more LTC. Ah. Oh, okay. So getting into this set, ABY looks a little bit stressed out. I would be too. Link is broken. Meek is a Link player from, I believe, College Station. He goes to A&M, and he stays there for most of the time. But in the summer, he comes back to Austin, I believe. Or I think he's here for an internship or something. But coming back here means that we have another pretty tough competitor here. Link is a kind of underplayed character, in my opinion. I think Link is pretty broken and underutilized by most of the people. And most Link players are pretty good. Like, it's one of those characters where, like, you know, most Pikachu mains aren't very good. Most, like, Joker mains aren't very good. Most Link mains are very damn good. And same goes for Meek. He's been cooking it up in Austin. But ABY, on the other side, they're debating what stage to go to. Oh, that's disgusting. They're going to Omega Battlefield. That's horrible. Why would you do that? Oh, no. All right, well, going back again, I guess. Maybe not. Oh. Okay, so we're seeing the music counter pick come out before we even play game one. I wonder who's choosing it. Oh, ABY pumping his fist. It was probably him. See, the music counter pick is no joke. I mean, it can seriously change the tide of an entire set because that one like momentum switch you get from hearing the music. No, I'm just kidding. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't know why people care so much, but nonetheless. Oh, okay. So the Mithra is coming out very early here. ABY uses both of them kind of equally nowadays. Used to lose basically only Zelda, but recently against people like Z3 and Tenny, he's been using the Pyramithra a lot more, and we'll see it here as well. I'm kind of surprised at the FD pick because I feel like neither of these characters are that good on FD, but I might be mistaken. But with that being said, I'd say it's probably a relatively even matchup. I'm guessing Pyramithra wins just because it's DLC Fighter Pass 2 moment, but at the same time, Link is historically just like a very solid character. You know, he doesn't like -2 any matchups. He might not win all of them, but he's not a bad character, so coming in here, a lot of the projectile usage coming in from Meek. Even things like that F smash when he has 0% for the extra projectile is pretty good at keeping Mithra out because even though she's a really fast... Oh my god, I have never seen that before. A great jab lock from Meek coming out. It doesn't take the stock early, but it does rack up 118%, which means that he's going to be pretty far ahead here. And getting kills as Link is not too challenging, right? You have the up B out of shield, you have the forward air, of course. The boomerang combos into like 3 different killing aerials. On top of everything, the bomb edge guards and less drop are ridiculous. And Meek loves that up smash because with the bomb, you expect it to explode, so you are essentially conditioned to either roll or neutral get up, and it catches both of them. But just like with Zelda, ABY has his patented downer tech reads. He loves those so much. Doesn't get the early stock here, but he does get him to 97 at this point. Neutral B. Oh, see, that is ridiculous. That is actually broken. There is nothing you can do about that as Link unless you want to maybe recover high, but by the time you're already going low, you're literally just dead against Mithra at like 60-70% to an untechable stage spike. But going back to neutral, it's definitely not unwinnable. Yeah. With Mithra being a tiny bit lighter, we do see the early stock, not really early stock, but at least a good stock being taken by Meek to even the playing field up. But in advantage state, this is where Mithra usually does really well. But Meek does a good job with an offensive option off ledge, which is usually not the best option if they can read it. However, Mithra doesn't have that many massive, strong attacks. They're, you know, usually quick and light ones. So with that being said, the sword from Link usually just goes through them. Gets off ledge really easily. Oh, good grab punish. I like that. Oh, that was probably a misinput. He was probably going for something like the up air, just for the up B instead. But, oh. See, not a great switch from ABY, but it does put him on the other side of the bomb, which means if people get back to stage, and here's where ABY just really does super well. He doesn't, yep, save on shield. You can't punish that. Meek showing a little bit of match than experience possibly. He's trying to punish things that you just have to accept are kind of broken. Good bomb explosion though means that he'll have the stage advantage here. Once again, Pyramithra just being kind of ridiculous at this point. here's where they're not super good, though. In disadvantage, Meek can try to take advantage of the fact that he has a really easy ability exactly to catch her options out in disadvantage because she doesn't have any great landing options. She doesn't get off the ledge very easily, and her recovery is honestly the worst of the three. But with that being said, Meek is doing super well of controlling mid-stage here. I love that from him because a lot of the times he'll try to do things like advance towards them, but if you just keep mid-stage, you usually do fine, but not with those S matches coming out. ABY gets one of those like once per game, honestly. He hits like a miraculous amount of those S matches as Pyra. The taunt coming out from Meek, guessing that's probably accidental, but if it isn't, that's pretty sick. Up tilt anti-air, the grab into up. Oh, see, that's what he was going for earlier. He just forgot to jump. He goes for the down throw into up B. I wonder if that does more damage than the down throw up air, or maybe it's just more consistent. Maybe he doesn't want to stale the up air kill move, but oh, boomerang into forward air is super strong as well. Doesn't get the punish. Oh, ABY just a little bit jumping too early, and because of that, he gets sent off stage again. And this is looking really bad for him. And while Pither is pretty ridiculous, you don't see her getting like the 10% kills, you know? Oh, but without the jump here, one good downer could be the stock. There's still no jump on Meek. He has to do, oh, barely mistimed that from ABY, means he'll get put off stage. And with this bomb, we should see the end of game one if this is, exactly, yeah. Perfectly placed from Meek. If you have the bomb and she doesn't have a jump, it's basically a guaranteed kill. You just have to make sure that you time it right and put the bomb in the right place. He does exactly that. But now what you have to look at is whether ABY will decide to switch characters. He did pretty well. It's 3 bands. Yeah. So ABY looking at whether there's 2 or 3 bands. There's going to be 3. See, this stage, this is kind of interesting. The starters are a lot of the usuals. You know, you'd see the PS2, the Small Battlefield, Hollow Bastion, and then Town, I believe, in FD or something like that. But on first stages, honestly, it didn't look too bad for either person. I mean, I think that ABY might want to get some more platforms because the problem is that he was dying to a lot of things like the falling up airs and dying off the top a lot, which he could definitely help by having some platforms to land on, but going back to FE, going back with the same character, same skins, he just wants the run back. He knows he can win this. If he didn't misplace that one F-smash, that was the game. Whether that's fair or not, that's not for me to say, but me coming out once again, the projectile game is what really set him apart from the other links, at least right now we're seeing. I mean, he is getting so much damage off of these confirms, off of things like the boomerang and the arrows, down through up B. No, he looks for the option, but ABY with a good safe option to come down with just the fast fall neutral air, or neutral air dodge, I should say. Maybe that wasn't the optimal combo, but it does put him off stage, and here without a jump, that's, oh, see, great thing for Meek and Link in general is that up B has such a ridiculous hitbox that even if you're off stage, you can't really edge guard it. Because you can't two-frame it because it's just so big. Honestly, I mean, Mythra might be able to, but at least not the past 2 times. Going off stage once again, are we seeing the bomb come out? No, he decides to just go for the boomerang. ABY gets back onto stage. And this is looking a little bit challenging for ABY to get any hit on Meek right now because great parry coming out. Off stage once again. See, I want to see more bomb uses from Meek because he took the last game exactly right here. One good bomb. Oh, the ABY had a super good recognition of how the bomb was coming out and got a really early up B, which actually got him back onto the stage. But here is where we'll probably see, no, Meek drops the edge guard. Could have done something like a downer or maybe a forward tilt. Bomb coming back. Here should be a good punish. Oh, gets a little bit too excited for the, oh my goodness, such good recognition from ABY. The neutral are catching and taking the stock at like 100 with full rage. This means that he has a pretty big advantage if he can just keep this stock alive. And Link not having any great kill those means that ABY, if he can just play really cautious, he can survive for a while. But one thing that Link is good at is getting those consistent kills at higher percents. He has bomb, he has any of his aerials, his up B as well. ABY going with the Pither. I like the Pither on ledge because one good forward air into forward air means that he's off stage at 50 and that could be a kill, but good forward air coming out from Meek and evens the game up. Oh, down tilt forward air. Oh, dash attack takes it at 70. I don't know if he has a jump. Oh, he does. So he makes it back pretty safely with the bomb in hand, but once again, the neutral are putting in work for ABY. It's just such a big and fast instrument that honestly kills it like 100. Good F-tilt calling out the jump here means that if you can get one good read on ledge, this could be a massive advantage for him. I mean, we've seen him take stock in the past to like 50, 60 with that F-smash. Same thing could happen here. But ABY playing neutral relatively slowly, not being too committal here. I like what's coming up from Meek as well, though. I mean, he's playing really safe with the projectiles, but gets a little bit too close. He was doing a good job of fading back with things like his boomerangs and his arrows and bombs, but he got a little bit too trigger happy, started going forward. needs to keep the patience on, because even if you're down and pretty far behind, there's still 4.5 minutes on the clock. That's plenty of time to make your way up. Oh, he misses the forwarder after that, though. Up tilt isn't going to take it yet. Full rage on the link here, although that might not matter that much because he's probably not going to be taking the stock before ABY does. ABY with the jab, just a good get-off me tool. Not enough people use these jabs, honestly. Super fast tools means that even if they don't kill, getting pushed to ledge here, you'll see this is where ABY is taking essentially every one of his stocks. He needs to find, once again, he pressures that jump out of the corner because the nair is just the fastest option that he has, and it's going to take a stock for the second time. Oh. ABY, once again, doing these falling aerial switches to... See, I like to switch to Mithra, because at 0, you don't really get that many combos as Pythra, and you don't do that much, or Pyra, I should say. He does have to be careful about getting killed really early, because this is the stock where, like, it might look like it's, you know, pretty big advantage for him. One good side B into forward air with length is literally the stock gone at 96. That back air super fast out of shield as well. Oh, see, one thing I love from ABY, especially this set, is that he's being super cautious with how he's landing. He's not doing things like landing aerials that much. He's doing things like double and empty hop just to make sure that he can get that final punish. A good stock coming out from Meek, which means that while he is pretty far behind, oh, he doesn't DI it correctly, means that he gets hit anyways. And the bomb recovery means that he's once again going to be juggled up by ABY. And on ledge here, massive advantage for ABY. This is a lot. Oh, above is not where you want to be against a Pyra and a Mithra. But this isn't impossible. This is definitely doable for Meek, but he's got to be careful of that nair. The nair has taken literally every single stock so far. On ledge again. ABY once again being really patient. Good job from him coming out. Oh, a lot of damage racking up from Meek. He should get the grab there. Oh, he doesn't read the cross up well, but he gets the backer out of shield. Meek playing, both players are super careful right now. ABY is not throwing out any horrendous attacks. He's spacing stuff relatively well, but he isn't dealing with the projectiles great. And that's where Link is doing really well against this Pyra and Mithra, because one bomb here is literally the stock. That could be, oh, super close. The invincibility though saves him. Oh, good recognition for that up B out of shield. Oh, the neutraler taking another stock. That was 3 stocks, all with the neutraler from Pyra. Once again, great job from ABY, actually. I loved his kind of adaptation to the end, where he stopped doing things like the forward, he started going for the neutraler. And one thing for Meek, which honestly kind of cost him the game in this sense, is that he did not get punished a single time by going low. He was not 2-framed once, he was not hit off stage. Every stock he died was because he went high and then died. And the reason why is because when he does things like the bomb recovery, Pythra having a massive sword can cover it really easily. But even though she's super good at usually doing things like the down or 2 frames, ABY has just not been hitting them in set. And for that reason, he should be trying to recover low a little bit more often, doing less bomb recoveries when he doesn't really have to, and just taking it a little bit more slowly on ledge. Because even though Pyra and Mithra are super scary on ledge, one thing that they're not going to do is kill you instantly. You have time to just think and make the right decision, but if you're high up against her, you can't do much against that nair. But no surprise, no character switch here. Last game wasn't super convincing for ABY, but he definitely showed that he can get these super early leads if he racks up this damage and takes the early stocks with those nairs. And on to small battlefield. Once again, early damage coming out from Meek. Good projectile usage. Oh, a forward smash comes out. I guess he... Oh, it was still the projectile one, but... Oh, once again, goes low. ABY doesn't have time to capitalize on that. He needs to be doing more of that and less be high recoveries. Up B out of shield means that this percentage is relatively even, a little bit in Meek's favor, but that can change in an instant. Once again, no punish on the going low for recovery. But in kind of the opposite sense, ABY does have to do a little bit better of a job of covering this low option, because the more he does with it, the more predictable it should get. And those downers, they're relatively hard to time, but with such a big hitbox, if you get it down mostly, it's kind of just a kill. But onto ledge here, ABY, down throw. Gets the read. Oh, up air is a little bit too fast. Should have held it on for a little bit longer. And there we go. That is why it's super scary against a Pyra, is because you literally don't have an option. If you air dodge there, you die anyways. Going to ledge here. Once again, ABY having some super... His jumping is really winning him the set here, because he's not being super committal. Instead of going in with things like forward air and air every single time, he's doing some empty hops, some double jumps over Meek to just try to only go in when he has the exact right timing. Good down tilt on shield there, once again playing it safe. This is what you kind of need to do. I mean, against a Link with stuff like the up B out of shield, you have to play really cautiously. You have to go in when you 100% have the opportunity to. But in the converse sense, Meek is doing a great job of edge guarding ABY recently with things like the bomb attacks. Oh. You know, without fail, if you don't know what to do with an item, just throw it up on ledge and hope it does something. Doesn't work there, but no bomb on the battlefield means that ABY does have an opportunity to, oh, he does have an opportunity to approach, but it doesn't get taken there. Meek having really good neutral right now. I mean, this could be an early stock. No, he isn't at the high enough percent for it. ABY with a grab. We have seen these down throw to forward air conversions. ABY, I mean, Meek has time to air dodge, but he just isn't doing it. I feel like we've seen him get hit by that constantly, and it's honestly most of the damage that ABY is racking up. With the projectile game coming back out from Link, that's the one advantage he has over Pyra and Mithra, is that without a doubt he has more range in the matchup, and he can just stand there and throw everything he has at her. Oh. Up smash isn't going to take it, but it will put her pretty high. One up air might just be the stock. We'll see the forward throw, though. He does want to get these edge guards. Nice. Amazing edge guard by Meek. He basically picture perfect. He goes for the arrow confirm just to make sure that she's offstage for long enough to where he can go out and kill her. Now, it's not looking amazing for ABY, but Pyra and Mithra, Pyra especially, can take these stocks pretty early. Backer doesn't do it there, but an F tilt and an F smash, or even a nair if it's pretty high up, will just be the stock at 140. Essentially anything she has will kill him. She can sneeze on him at this point. F tilt will do it there. And back to the last stock. Both near 0%, but Meek does have a small advantage with these projectiles. Playing it safe. I like how Meek is not really going in that much. He's kind of just spacing with the nair and then going away and using the side beats. But when ABY gets a hit, he's taking at least 30. Has to just kind of respect that. Oh, nair to grab, which is off stage. This could be an early stock. There is no jump anymore for ABY. Oh, a tragic air dodge. Oh, he had time to just get back to the ledge, but he doesn't get it. Unfortunate ending for ABY, but Meek does end up taking the W.